All right, how's everybody doing? I just got home from the game. We went out to dinner afterwards. It was a great game. Several reasons, several positive things to take out of this. Overall, I think this is the best game we've played this year. Not a complete game per se, but the closest thing to it we've played all year. And the only the second game we played, I think Temple's the only other one that we've played where we were never behind the entire game. Uh, we're 6-0 for only the second time since 1967, and that's kind of the modern era, if you will, of Georgia Tech football. Yes, honey, I know. Uh, it's 1967 and now, so that's 59 seasons. We've only been undefeated 6-0 twice in that whole span. The other one was 2011 with Tevin Washington and players like Embry Peoples and who else was on that team? Stephen Hill. I remember some of these guys. That was the year I graduated high school. That was the only time that in the modern era, other than this one, that we were 6-0, and that was a completely different team. I mean, no disrespect to them. I love that team, but they kind of had an easy go at it, and you kind of knew that in the meat of their schedule, they weren't going to hold that success. This team could very well hold that success. And again, no disrespect to any of our Yellow Jackets, but it's just a different team than what we've had in the past. It's worlds different. It's night and day. We come into this one, and our offense is a well-oiled machine through the first couple drives. We go down there after getting the opening kick, and Haynes just goes right in to score to draw first blood, and then we go for two, and I didn't know why we decided to go for two. It was puzzling to me because really the first touchdown of the game, we're trying a 2-point conversion, but the way we lined up on there, it was kind of a weird sort of, maybe that's what Dave Patno was thinking in the early Jeff Collins years, how we were going to sort of line up jaggedly to throw off the defense. And, had a perfect hole for Malik to get the two, and we went up 8-0. That's something that you don't see every day, and that was kind of how I was nervous going into this one because I know that Virginia Tech, even though they're not really a great team this year, they were going to give us a fight, and they did. I'm going to get to that, but I thought it was going to be a dogfight, and it kind of was. But that sequence of events where Haynes King went into the end zone to draw first blood, and then we got a 2-point conversion, I kind of thought, okay, it's going to be our day. Any day where the Jackets score a 2-point conversion, I pretty much think is going to be our day, because it just doesn't happen very often to any team. Even the really good ones have trouble with 2-point conversions, but we got it on our first try. And then we took a 15-0 lead after that. Malik with another touchdown, and it looked like things were rolling there for a while. We stalled out on that one drive, and Aiden got another field goal for us to go up 18-7, and that's where we ran into another second quarter that was less than par. I've got to say, I don't know what it is about the second quarter. Maybe it's that stupid Chick-fil-A thing where the Jackets score a touchdown in the second quarter, you get a free sandwich. Well, I haven't had one free sandwich yet, and I'm kind of mad about that. But just for whatever reason, we cannot get the job done in the second quarter. Yes, honey. We got a field goal at the end of that, but I really felt, and I was there, up in my perch in the north end zone, looking down at it. To me, Beetham was in the end zone. I don't know how they marked him down at the 1. I don't know what the referee was seeing there. maybe I'll watch the highlight again and see something that I didn't see before. But I don't know how that wasn't a touchdown on that pass. And that definitely would have put the game away. So when I saw that, I just kind of thought that the referees were trying to keep the game close for whatever reason. So we get another field goal. It's 21-7 at half, and I knew VT was getting the ball, so I really wasn't high on us putting the game away at that point. Had we had gone up 25-7, I think that I would have been completely confident going in the second half. But I was still like, as both a Falcons and Georgia Tech fan, I've learned never to trust in first half leads. We all know that a game's not 2 quarters, it's 4. So I thought that the way our offense was moving, they've moved the best I've seen them all season long this game. The way our offense was just clicking and moving downfield, I thought, we'll probably take care of business. We'll probably milk the clock and score a couple more times and get it and get the win, get the control of this game, and we did. We won time of possession, but barely. We had it for 31 minutes. They had it for 28, but that's a moot point. So the second half begins, and that's when Virginia Tech starts to open up. They had a very impressive run from Kyron Drones to get on the scoreboard there before the half, and the 4th and 9 play where we bring a blitz package to stop Kyron, and why wouldn't we? He was having his way with us on that drive down the field, and we got pressure on him, but he has a wide open receiver in the corner of the end zone. Nobody's back in the secondary. Now, that's a problem. And VT gets within 7. Now I'm sweating a little bit. But it's kind of like when Temple cut it to 7. You sort of knew that the way things were going, Georgia Tech was the more the team in command. I don't think Virginia Tech really gave me anything to make me think they're going to play all 4 quarters against us. Like, this is going to be a photo finish. I didn't feel that way. But, you never know because it's Georgia Tech football. So we kind of middle around, and we had that one disappointing drive where we had an unnecessary roughness call ruin it. But then we had another death march where Malachi Hosley was able to find some holes and get a touchdown to bring us back to extend the deficit to double digits again. And Haynes King had another touchdown run. And we were able to open up the run game, which I was really concerned about going into this one. I knew Virginia Tech was going to give us their best shot, and I think they did. Even though we had 468 yards total offense. That's just our offense. Okay, that's just our offense being good. I don't think it's really necessarily VT being bad. I just think that they did not face an offense like ours throughout the course of the year, and they still did pretty good. I got to give them props. They did play the best game that they could. They scored another touchdown in there, and they tried for an onside kick, situational football, but it wasn't enough. Time was on our side, and we were able to kind of just milk the clock from there and become 6-0. And we're riding high. So I give this a B+ effort. I think this was a good game. I think this was the closest thing to a complete game I've seen yet. And now the game in Durham is even more of a challenge because now it has even further stakes in the ACC standings. But as Brent Key has said, pressure is a privilege. So we've earned this. We've earned every last bit of it. And we're looking good, and we're bowl eligible. So there you go. Go Jackets.